Welcome to the Uffsides NFL podcast. I'm your host, Matt Ufford. The gentleman joining me in the SB Nation studios today is Oregon defensive end / linebacker Dion Jordan. He's been compared to DeMarcus Ware, Dwight Freeney, Jason Pierre-Paul. No big deal. You're here in town for the NFL draft where you're projected to be a top 5, top 10 pick. Welcome, sir. Thank you for joining us.
Oh, thank you for having me.
When did you get into New York City?
I actually got in last night.
Yeah?
Yes,
So you've just got in, dinner, sleep, and then media tour today?
Yeah, pretty much. Just been just starting off my week.
Yeah. Are you you getting any time to yourself at all? Or is it just straight up media joint, and talking about the same thing every time?
I get a little time off, in between. I get a couple hours, couple minutes, and then at the end of the day, it's all me.
All right, that's cool. Who's joining you in the city? Are you gonna actually be in the NFL draft, the green room?
Yeah, I'll be there. In the green room with me, it'll be my mother, my grandmother, my aunt, younger brother, younger sister.
That's awesome. That's the entire family right there?
Yes, sir.
That's pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome. Now, I want to know, bring it back a little bit. I want to know where you started out from. I know that you're from San Francisco originally, but you went to high school in Arizona.
Yeah.
Tell me about growing up.
Oh, yeah. Well, like you said, I was born and raised in San Francisco in the city, so I was there for a while. My family relocated to Arizona, and that's kind of where everything started for me when I moved to AZ. And in Arizona, I was a 3-sport athlete. I did a lot of different things, but I chose football. Which was for some reason. It's kind of hard. It's not for everybody. I tell you that much. This sport isn't for everybody. Just the mental and the physical part. But honestly, I loved it. Loved everything about it.
How old were you when you moved from San Francisco to Arizona?
12 years old.
Was that a big change? I mean, I grew up in the military, so it was like every 3 years. It was like I got a whole new set of friends. That's really hard to do. Was the move hard on you?
Yeah, it was tough at first, Plus, me being the oldest of 3, so I have a younger brother, younger sister, obviously, and just being the oldest and have to deal with the change. It was tough.
All right. And you said you were a 3-sport star. Or a 3-sport athlete? Were you a star?
I was a 3-sport star, man.
What were your other sports?
I was pretty good at track. I was a hurdler in track, and also played basketball. So everything kind of just rolled over into each other for a whole year.
You still playing pickup basketball?
No, I'd stay off the hoop court.
Yeah, I can't.
Try to save my knees.
Yep. Let's see now. I know that when you were in high school, you played wide receiver or tight end. That's what you were. That's what your sport was like.
Right.
How did the change come about? Well, actually, before we go on the change, I want to ask about the accident that you had.
Right.
I just found about this the other day because I don't really follow the high school, and even college sports aren't a big thing. But you were in a horrible fire. What happened?
Yeah. Well, my senior year in high school, actually, I burned 40% of my body. It was an accident. Me and my friends trying to do some things we shouldn't have been doing. None of us understood what was going on. Just kind of just being dumb boys, messing around. And I ended up burning 40% of my body. And this was like right in the middle of my senior year in high school. So I had some things going for me, but it was just a pause, for everything.
I don't mean to put you under the gun, but what was going on? What was the situation?
Oh man, we were playing with gasoline. That's how it was going on.
Kids do not play with gasoline.
Yeah, I think the parents already told them already that. My parents told me that. I just was hard headed, So I learned the hard way, I guess you would say.
So you burned 40% of your body, 2nd and 3rd degree burns. What was the treatment? What was the recovery like?
For me, the recovery, I spent a month in the burn unit. Had to go through the process of, had one skin graft done, and I had to go through the process of just getting back to, to being able to do everything on your own. So I spent a month there, did another month of rehab where I had to just do a lot of little things, flexibility, and just to make sure I was all right so they could take me, so I can get sent home. So it was a 2-month deal, and honestly, man, like I said, I knew I was going to be all right. I was doing something I shouldn't have been doing. I learned the hard way. And my senior year, I actually finished I ran track my senior year and, finished that. So, but it did suck, just missing the remainder of my my senior year of football.
So it happened during football season, like
Yeah.
like November?
Right
timeframe?
around November, yeah.
Oh man, so you were in a burn unit like over the holidays?
Yeah, or a month, yeah. So I missed some time.
That's awful. Terrible way. And is like a skin graft, is that like a painful process?
No, I was asleep, so I don't know.
You just drugged up the entire time?
Yeah, man, that was good though. I understood it. Like I said, I understood I was gonna be all right, and I knew what the process was for me to be able to get back my life and be a normal 18-year-old and do all the things the 18-year-old should be doing. I wanted it all back, and like I said, I did what I had to do, and whatever they told me to do, I just got it all over with so I can go back and I can compete. And like I said, I finished my senior year track at the time.
Did that affect any of the scholarships? I know you had like offers from a bunch of Pac-12 teams. Did anybody like pull the scholarships back after the?
Yeah, it affected a lot of them, But like I said, I knew I was gonna be good. I knew my wheels were still gonna be running. So it was just whoever stuck with me, they were gonna get a hell of a guy.
Now I want to know who are the ones that pulled the scholarships back. This is interesting to me.
It was a lot of schools, honestly, but like it was kind of hard to keep up because I was so on like bed rest and like it was so much going on. So I just really paid attention to the schools that stayed around for me, because at the time sports was secondary because I had to take care of my health, and schools like the University of Oregon, who I really give a lot of love to and show a lot of love. Showed a lot of love to me for sticking around. Schools like them, they held to their promise and brought me in.
Did that the ones that pulled the scholarships back? Did that when you faced him in Oregon, was that in the back of your mind when you went up against him?
Nah, man, not really, not at all. I didn't really care. Like I said, I was gonna be good. I just wanted to get out there and show whoever I was going to be with what I can do and how I can help out your team. And like I said, the coaches, they stuck by me, and they gave me an opportunity when I first stepped on campus, and I just maximized.
You're a more forgiving person than I would be. I'd be like, I'm going to take it to
criticize
these guys.
for that, man.
Yeah. No, it's all good. Now you went to Oregon as a receiver,
Right.
and then a tight end, because you kept growing, yeah.
Yes, sir.
But then, what sparked your switch to defense? What happened?
I think it was just the scheme of the defense. I was playing behind some really good guys at the time, and when Coach Kelly got the head coaching job and he brought over some new coaches for the defensive side of the ball, he figured, maybe I can really help out the team in this area. He just kind of sent me over there and just wanted to see how it'll work out. And like I said, man, for me, I just need opportunity, and I was going to, just make the most out of whatever was given to me. I learned, and like you said, I continued to grow, and everything just kind of fell into place.
What was? Tell me what helped you transition, because you went from not playing defense at all to being with just a year of coaching, all Pac-12 defensive end. What facilitated that skill to grow so quickly?
Well, I played both sides of the ball in high school, so that wasn't my first time playing defense. But I knew what it took. For a defensive player, you have to get to the football. And if you're nowhere around the football, then you're not very valuable to your team at all. And I understood that aspect. All I had to do was just learn the role as an individual and understand like what was going on around me. And I just took the time out to do those little things. And here I am.
Your D-line coach was Jerry Azenaro.
Right.
Tell me about him. Like, what did he take you under his wing? Did the scheme that you fit into? What's he like as a coach?
He's a great coach, and even a better guy. He treats all his players the same, and he holds us to a very high standard every day. And for a player, that's the type of coach that you want and that you really respect. So he's a great guy, and honestly, for me, I guess it was because of the scheme and a lot of things I was able to do within the scheme. It helped out a lot, and he understood the whole defense, and he knew what I needed to do and to help out the defense. So he allowed me to do it.
I hear he brings like 2 big dogs to practice.
He has one big dog. His name is Zeus.
Zeus, what kind of dog is he?
I don't know. They don't even look like a dog, man. This thing is so big. Yeah, he's had him for a while though.
Are you a dog guy? Dog cats?
Dog, man. I love dogs. I don't have one at the moment because I don't have the time to care for one. My brother has one. I don't claim it because I'm not taking care of him. So we have dogs, cats, all kind of animals.
That's a good sign. I wouldn't if I were an NFL GM, I'd be like, no cat guys on the team. You know who's a cat guy?
Who is?
Jay Cutler. No, I'm just making that up. I just wanted to say something bad about Jay Cutler. It might not be true. But no, that's a good sign. And that's also a reason why I'm not an NFL GM, because I make not the best decisions like that. You had surgery on your torn labrum, yeah? How's that?
It's good. You know, I'm a little bit over a month out of the surgery. And, you know, just like everything else, I'm just trying to take my time so I can be ready, actually, and I can actually participate when everything starts going.
Yeah, where would you say you're at, like now, like 80%? Because the recovery time's like, what, 3 to 4 months?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, you know, so I'm only a month out, so I'm not too far ahead. I'm just doing just little things so I can actually, like I said, so when it's time to go and it's actually time to go live, I'm going to be able to play. I won't have to be held out because of a nagging injury that I had last year.
Good to go. Yeah, that's is that a frustrating thing? Because I know you played with the injured shoulder for most of last year, and then one of the knocks on you going to the draft is he doesn't have numbers, like 14 and a half sacks in your career. And been like, well, he's in pass coverage, but he doesn't have any interceptions.
Yeah.
Is that frustrating for you as you go into the draft?
Not at all, man. I feel like it was a couple guys that had the same amount of sacks as me coming out my senior year, and they were pretty high. I thought there were some good players personally, you know, so it doesn't matter to me. Like I said, I'm a football player. You can line me up anywhere, and I'm gonna help out the team, so.
Now, the draft is the first round of the draft is 2 days away. How much have you and your agent talked about where you might end up? Like, what kind of talks have you worked out for certain teams?
Well, I visited a good amount of teams, and honestly, I can't tell you like exactly where it's going to happen.
Of course,
it's kind of tough, you know, because nobody's really like slotted to be that number one guy yet exactly. So it's really tough to figure out, you know, what's going to happen Thursday. But like I said, I feel like I did well throughout my career at Oregon. So whatever happens on Thursday, I'll be happy.
Yeah. Who do you want to play for?
It doesn't matter. I just need a helmet and a jersey, some cleats. I'll be good.
Really? I mean, the Chip Kelly is your old coach is got the Eagles and their draft pick at number 4, and your line coach he took him with him too, right? Mm-hmm. So I mean, wouldn't it be fun to play for them?
Yeah, it'd be good, you know, just to be around those guys again and a lot of other people around that organization. But you don't know. It depends on what they need, you know, whatever help them, you know, do better so they won't have that number 4 pick next year. That's what they're going to go for.
Yeah. Now, I want to talk because any media member can talk to any NFL draft prospect, and they're not going to get a team out of them.
Right.
So what's the media training like? Is there formal classes that you go through to give like the right kind of answers that like don't give you away?
I mean, some of us, but honestly, we don't know. I wish we did, though. It'd be less stressful on us as players, I feel like. You guys hear more about where we're going than anybody else.
Do you read any mock drafts?
No, I don't.
Yeah,
I don't.
just noise.
Yeah, it is just noise. I really can't control where I go, and, you know, all we can control is the way we perform. And if we don't perform, then, you know, you won't get talked about. So we just do our job.
Well, let's do this. Instead of asking you where you want to go, which you know you're happy anywhere, which you say that, but you haven't been to Jacksonville. But let's do this. I'm gonna read off the top 5 draft picks because you're projected kind of top 5 guy, and you just tell me what you know about the team and how you might fit in with that defense.
All right.
All right. So number 1 is the Chiefs. They're picking first. And what do you know about the Chiefs? What do you like about them?
I mean, obviously everybody's new there. It's a whole new coaching staff, and they run the 3-4 style of defense, you know, that I played at Oregon. So, you know, it'll be good to get around there. And plus, they are the number 1 pick, so it won't be bad at all.
Get some of that Skrilla. Yeah, I got you. No, number 1 would be nice.
Yeah.
Would you rather play in a 3-4 than a 4-3?
Man, it doesn't matter, man. Honestly, like I said, the only benefit I feel like it would be for me personally is the fact that I understand, and, you know, I've done it before. So it'd be much simpler for a 4-3 if I'm just running straight ahead every play. You know?
Yeah. Number 2 is the Jaguars. Tell me what you know and like about their organization.
You know, they too also have a whole new coaching staff, and they're in a rebuilding stage. And you know, Coach Bradley, you know, he's a very, very fiery guy, and he wants people with that same type of mentality around. And you know, it'd just be something. It'll be new. It'll be good to start off something new somewhere else. But hey, I don't know what they need for that rebuilding. I don't know exactly what they need.
They need everything.
Well,
they need everything except like running back. They're kind of okay.
Yeah. Well, I say line me up everywhere. I can't play the quarterback position. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but Gus Bradley's a defensive specialist, so that would probably bode well for you. And number 3, the Raiders.
Right.
What's the story with them?
That's another, you know, brand new organization, man. And you know, for me, I've watched the Raiders for some time, being a West Coast guy, and so I know a lot of the players, you know, that they have on the team, and it'd be good to line up over there on the defensive side and play against some of those guys who they have already there.
Did you grow up a Raiders or a 49ers fan?
I was a 49ers fan.
All right, I don't blame you for that. Right. That's probably the right call.
I guess.
And then, of course, the Eagles. We talked about Chip Kelly, old Jerry, and what are their needs?
I guess this is only on the defensive side of the ball, you know, especially after watching them last year. I don't know, but they have tremendous talent over there. You know, you got a guy like Michael Vick back there. You got a chance, so we'll see. There's
some talk from NFL snobs who say that Chip Kelly's not going to be able to work in the NFL. That Oregon is too much of what he ran at Oregon isn't going to work at the NFL. How do you feel about that? Do you feel confident about his abilities as an NFL coach?
I do, you know, and I feel like they wouldn't have gave him the job if they feel like he couldn't help those guys out. And like I said, man, when you have guys and the talent that they do on that team, you know, you better watch out. And it might not just be offense, you know, that wins games for them. It might be defense or special teams. It might be something else. So we'll see.
And then picking number 5 is the Lions. What do you like about their organization?
You know, it's another organization with great players. You know, they have guys like Sue on the defense, you know, who can just dominate a game. And Van Bosch, man, the guy's a beast. So, you know, I don't know yet. It'd be good to line up alongside both of those guys.
They got a strong defensive line, and they got an opening at defensive end. Cliff Averill went to the Seahawks.
Yeah, I heard.
Yeah, that word got around, huh?
Yeah.
Now, let's see. I watched something on ESPN Sports Science said you had like 3.8% body fat. Is that still the case, or are you trying to put weight on?
I'm trying to put weight on, but man, I mean, I can't help it. 3.8. That's a lot of people won't be mad if they look this good. I guess you could say.
Yeah, no, I would love to have 3.8% body fat. It's more like 38 for me.
Oh, you need to start working out, man.
No, it's not quite that bad, but I'm getting there. I got to crack down. It's swimsuit season coming up, you know.
Yeah,
I got to look good. I'm gonna open things up to some readers, some Twitter questions. This is our troll bag section, and these are all real people, or at least people on Twitter. So I don't know how real they actually are. But our first question, yep, you know it. Our first question comes from Andrew, who said, "Would you rather get drafted early by a team that sucks, say Oakland, and get paid, or fall and play for a contender right away?"
Oh man, well, it's not really up to me where I go, but wherever I go, you know, I hope the whole mindset of the organization is to win the Super Bowl. So that'll be my mindset going in.
Yeah, that's the sort of thing that we appreciate the reader submissions, but it's not like you're just going to say, I'm okay losing as long as I'm getting lots of money.
Yeah, I don't think anybody said that.
And as we've seen with the NFL, there's always some team that makes the jump up from losing season, jumping into the playoffs. So there's no reason you can't do both.
Right.
Next question, Paul says, ask Dion what his favorite uniform combo, helmet, jersey, pants was at Oregon.
Oh, man, for me, I loved all of our throwbacks. We wore the first game of the year. We wore probably my favorite uniforms. You know, they had like the classic duck on our helmets and shoulder pads and things like that. So that was mine. Yeah,
we got some good throwback jerseys in the NFL too.
Yeah, I've seen.
Now was that a weird thing? Like, having a different uniform every week? You're like, oh, we look amazing this week, and then like you're never wearing that uniform combination ever again.
Yeah, man, it was more for the fans. I feel like, you know, the players, we never knew what we were going to wear, and we didn't know how it looked, you know, when we all walked out there. Some guys thought it looked hideous, you know, but, you know, for me, I feel like it was for the fans. I didn't really care what it looked like.
I dug the chrome helmets in the Rose Bowl at the sunset.
Yeah.
That looked awesome.
Yeah, we had to break out something new, man. Now everybody's trying to catch up.
Yeah, I feel like the NFL is a little bit more stodgy in having cool uniforms. Is that anything that you even care about? It doesn't matter.
I mean, because they've been around for so long, I feel like fans would be upset if they start changing uniforms on them. Yeah.
Well, I'm a Seahawks fan. I'm digging the changes they made, but I also have terrible taste. So, our next question is from Joe Casson. He says, "There's really only one question to ask. Do you prefer hard or soft shell tacos?" His answer will tell you all you need to know.
I'm a soft shell taco guy. You can put more meat inside of them.
Yeah, you're California too, so you really like you get some good Mexican food in California.
Yeah, I live in Arizona too, so.
Oh yeah, you get the corn tortillas. Are you corn or flour?
Flour.
Oh, okay.
I eat those, so it doesn't matter. I just feel like you can put more in the soft taco, so.
That's I respect that. We also have a kind of an ongoing debate about burritos versus tacos. What's your pick?
Gotta go with a burrito, man.
Yeah, just as a food delivery system.
Hey, you know, I just like the more you can get, you know, that's what I go for.
Yeah, we have some people here that just eat by volume. Don't really care about what's in it as long as they're getting.
Yeah.
It's hard to mess up rice and beans inside of a tortilla. I want to ask you about this tweet that you had a couple months back. Just talked to that boy with Money Lynch. It's always on the line.
Right.
How do you know Marshawn Lynch?
Well, me and Marshawn actually are part of the same agency, so that's how I got a hold of him. But you know, just hearing from the guy and you know the words that he gave me, you know, he's been doing this thing for a while, you know. So that's where my mind was, you know, when I said it's always on the line, you know, you got to work at it, you know, consistently, you know, because it is always on the line, and somebody like him, you know, that you can go and talk to and get those words from, it's a blessing.
Is that what does he give you like advice on the draft? Because he was a first-round draft pick too. Did he give you any advice about being at the draft?
Nah, man. He just told me enjoy it, man. Just take it all in. You know, it's only a one-time thing, so just make the most. And you know, when it's all over with, you be able to get out there and you play with those guys.
I appreciate you translating what he said into English. That's because I can't understand that dude at all.
Oh man. Marshawn's a good dude, man.
Yeah, he is. I love him.
I love him too, man.
He's just kind of
beast mode.
And you might be a little bit too young to remember this, but before Twitter was a big thing, he had a blog on this on the site called Yardbarker, and it was made. What he wrote was poetry. It was like kind of like a mix between E.E. Cummings and with like a hip hop flair. It was fantastic. I loved it.
Yeah, man. He's trending. Beast mode. He's trending. That's good.
He's a brilliant man. Well, hey, we're gonna wrap it up in a couple minutes, but tell me about what you're gonna be doing draft night. What's post draft? You get picked in the first round. What are the next steps? So what's your Thursday night? What's your Friday? Tell me what happens after that.
Well, after I get picked, I'm gonna have to, you know, eventually fly out to that city wherever I am, and we have to do some things with the people there. And you know, after that, you know, it's time to get ready for camp.
So the things with people that you got to hold up the jersey. It says Jordan won. Shake hands with the general manager and whatnot.
Yep.
All right. And then back to Arizona to work out. Are you working out in the off season, rehabbing the shoulder? What's going on?
I'm doing all my work in Los Angeles. That's where I've been training, and also doing my rehab where I got my shoulder surgery also. So I have everything kind of right there for now, and eventually I'm gonna have to, you know, like I said, pack up and get ready to start camp.
Yeah, there's the NFLPA's Rookie Symposium in LA in June, I think.
Yeah.
I think we're going to be out there. My colleague Dan Rubenstein, big Ducks fan, he'll be out there. Sorry about him being kind of handsy beforehand. I know he gets into the Ducks, and he's can be a little bit little bit too forward.
Yeah, he's a proud duck. I can't blame you.
Yeah, he'll get right inside your head. He'll start like, and you're like, oh, okay, we're best friends now.
Yeah.
He's very natural at it. For me, I've got to work at being personable. All right, well, hey, this is our draft special. Do you have anything that anyone you want to say hello to?
I mean, nobody specifically. I don't know if my mom is listening, but I love you.
She follows me on Twitter, so yes, she's definitely watching.
I don't know why she has a Twitter account.
I don't know. All right, well, hey, Dion Jordan, very best of luck to you on Thursday night and moving forward. It's always exciting as NFL fans for us to actually be able to think about football in the spring because off season's horrible. You guys have to work all year round to stay in shape and that.
You got baseball, man.
Come on, baseball is useless. You're a Giants fan though, right?
I am a Giants fan.
You watch a lot?
I watch them. I do watch them a lot. You know, especially last year. It was crazy.
Yeah,
they had a crazy season.
My wife's from the Bay Area. She's an A's fan, but all of her friends are Giants fans, and so she like Facebook is terrible for her come October. But yeah, no. You enjoy your baseball season. Good luck rehabbing that shoulder. Good luck wherever you end up. I hope that it's not Jacksonville for your sake, but that's okay that you can be excited about that. Gus Bradley's a good dude. For those of you tuning into Uffsides, please do subscribe on iTunes. Follow me on Twitter at Matt Ufford. Follow Dion at DionJ96.
Yes, sir.
I got that.
There you go.
All right. Well, good luck to you moving forward. For those tuning in, thank you very much for watching. We'll see you next week.